Welcome everybody to another episode here on the O'Shea Vlogcast channel. I am your host O'Shea Duke Jackson. For those of you who have been waiting in the live stream, I definitely appreciate you. Come on in and like the video. For those of you who will be watching the restream, come on in and like the video also. Today we're doing a different type of show. I was in the airport, I believe it was about a week and a half ago, and I got an email from Subzero3639, and he's been on many times. You guys know who he is, and he had some testimonials from some students of his that have been doing really well. And he asked me would I be willing to bring them on and discuss some of the things that they're doing in their newfound career. And I told him I would definitely do that. So that's what we're doing today. And the name of the show is I'm making $80,000 a year now because of this. Now that is the title, obviously, but that is some of the ranges of what we're going to be talking about today. So I'll present the Subzero3639. He has two of his students here today. What's going on, Subzero?
What's up, man? What's up to everybody out there in the Negro Manosphere? Glad to be on. Glad for the opportunity.
All right. Now, for those people who may not know you, kind of talk about your YouTube channel and some of the things that you've been doing off of YouTube with some of your students.
Okay. I am a SQL Server database developer. I live in Atlanta. Just moved to Decatur from Sandy Springs. Wanted to get around more Black people. And I'm born and raised from Montgomery, Alabama. Played basketball in college. Did real estate. Did a myriad of things, man. Modeled in New York. Own my own comedy club. I've done a lot, but when the housing bubble burst back in 2007, I started studying to get into IT. And here I am. I've been doing IT for about 8 good, strong years right now. And about, back in I'll say about March of last year, this year, I mentioned that I'll train some people. And in the comment section, a lot of people started saying something about, hey, you ought to do that. I would be willing to sign up. So I said, let me train a few people. And so I put a little quick website up, and next thing I know, I got flooded. It was a bunch of students wanted to come in and start. To me, flooded was, 10, 15 people. That's a lot. When I say flooded, I mean that first class was about 15 people, but I didn't expect but to have about 5.
Okay.
3, because I'm like, man, I'm just some little lowly YouTube channel. Nobody's watching, nobody's listening, so I get little 300-400 views a video. I was happy, just to get those first 3. And then I looked up, went to sleep, woke up, and it was 15. I was like, whoa. So from there, I wasn't charging that much because I'm not trying to get rich off it. I'm trying to help my people, because in IT, I guess let me explain, my brother got hired during the .com era in the 90s. He worked for Oracle directly as a financials consultant. So I've seen him make $130 an hour before. And I've made like 70. I only been in here 8 years. I've made, the most I've ever made was about $70. And the thing was, I got the project, I worked, but I see it's usually Indians, Asians, and whites. It's not Black people. And if I do see somebody Black, it's a few Black females here and there, but that's because I'm in Atlanta a lot of times or different areas, but you don't really see a lot of us Black men in the industry. A lot of us don't know. And, when I see us go to college, the majors that we major in, like psychology, criminal justice, no disrespect, but those just don't pay. When you get out, there's no large demand for those types of jobs. So I took it upon myself to try to train as many people as I can. And I'm starting to get results. I got these 2 students right here, Lima and Mark. And they literally came in, about 3.5 months ago. They didn't know anything 3.5 months ago, 3, maybe 4 months ago. And they came in, and from there they've taken off, and they're working. I'm sorry, Mark is working. Mark got a job, and Lima is like really doing a few interviews. I'm gonna let them speak for themselves. I don't want to overtalk everybody, but y'all go ahead.
Wait, let's go ahead with Lima. first. Lima, thank you for coming on to the hangout. Briefly tell people, about your experience, and you've been in 3 or 4 months, so just kind of give us a little bit of overview.
Sure. I honestly don't even remember how I came across Sub's video for the IT class. It was almost like, I was looking to get into something different and expand my skill sets. I saw him on YouTube and reached out. And the way he explained the class, it was like, well, why not? I've spent money on other things. That money is going to go somewhere else. He's not charging that much. It wouldn't hurt to do it. So I initially didn't even know that the world of IT, specifically what Sub specializes in with SQL development and business intelligence, was even a career path. And it was very intensive. It's a lot of information at once. You definitely have to study and put your time in. But I started at ground zero, knowing nothing. And I'm very confident going into these interviews. The last interview that I went on, the gentleman said, oh, wow, I mentioned a type of SQL construct. And he was like, that's a really advanced concept. Like, he was surprised that I was able to speak so fluently and have such a grasp and an understanding of the language.
So let me ask you this: Are you currently you're getting you've been on interviews, or are you currently working right now?
Yeah, I'm constantly on interviews. I don't work in the field. I do work.
Okay.
So yeah.
Right.
And yeah, just one other thing. Like, this is not a job where you have to this is not a career, I should say, where you have to look for work and kind of scour. People call me constantly.
Okay.
So it's very rewarding.
Just a quick story. We were, when she finished, when did you finish? About a month ago? About a little bit. She was ready about 5-6 weeks ago. Yeah. She was on class. I was teaching class, and we submitted her resume to maybe 15 jobs, and her phone rung off the hook the next day. And it's been ringing ever since.
Constantly. Yeah.
Yeah. People call you, like I get calls all day, every day of people asking me, hey, do you want to, hey, come talk to me. Come talk, like that's it, because the companies it's such a demand. It's like putting your hand in a waterfall. You got a little cup, you want to fill it up with water. You just stick it in a waterfall and fill it up real quick. It's so much work out there. There is an ocean. They're having to fly people in from India and China to get these jobs. And we are right here completely oblivious to it. And so that's why I chose to do this, because I wanted to. And Lima has a gift. Lima's I'm not trying to deter anybody else. Lima's very gifted. Like, I was like, wow, this girl is good. Like, I knew it probably, like, when she started in the class, she was real quiet. She didn't say a lot of things. In July, she didn't ask a lot of questions. She just would answer questions. And I could trip her up real easy. And I noticed around like mid-August, I was like, this girl is, every question I ask, she's giving me way more than what I ask and giving me like textbook answers. And, so I was like, this girl is really gifted. And I've been in the industry long enough to know when somebody's good. And she's good, but she literally didn't know anything in June. She didn't know what a select statement was. She went from that to now she's going in acing interviews. And probably I'm willing to go out on a limb and say in a few weeks she's gonna have a job as well, because she's going to like 2 and 3 interviews with these companies. So she's getting past the gatekeeper interviews where they ask you all the technical stuff. Some interviews it's not gonna be perfect. Nobody goes and aces every interview they go on. Mm-hmm. I don't care who you are, because there's always somebody opening a textbook trying to trip you up. But she's able to handle her own. Was more, and the only reason I haven't uploaded it to my channel is because that's a little bit proprietary. But other than that,
some people are saying that the speaker that you're using is too loud.
Okay,
you're too close to it, but yeah.
But yeah, that was it. I was just saying that she's pretty good, and she went from 0 to 60 real fast. So
okay, let me just come right back to you, Lima. Let me ask you a few questions before we get to the brother here. Lima, you've been going on some interviews. Let me ask you this. prior to the interviews, how much time were you putting in every day towards learning, this new industry?
As a benchmark, I would tell people to shoot for at least 2 hours, because there's a lot of information, to divide your time up between getting hands-on with the material, also to reading and studying as much as you can. Another thing, if you could partner and study with other people,
Okay.
that speeds up your learning a lot as well. So I would say 2 hours minimum. Cut the TV off. If you're not watching Sub or O'Shea, get off of YouTube for a little bit, and, just hit the books.
Let me also ask you, before we get to the other brother, what were the job offers you've been going on interviews? What's the salaries that have been presented to you if you get the job, that you would be making?
Yeah, so between 35 and 45 an hour. To kind of get my foot in the door for certain positions, I've been bidding a little lower, but they expect someone to say that they want 45, to 50, depending on experience. So the last 2 interviews that I actually did today were for 40 and 45 an hour.
Wow. And that's full-time employment and everything, right?
Yes, those are, you can choose to go as a contractor.
Okay.
Or you can look for full-time employment. And yeah, those are going to be your entry salary ranges.
Okay. Let me do this, and I'm gonna get to the super chats. One of the brothers said $130 wasn't a lot of money. I told him to put $130 in the super chat there, Negro, and he did. So shout out to the brother Alexander Bowles, man. Thank you for that. Let me go to who's the brother that we have Subzero?
Hey, you broke up. His name is Mark. You broke up, but $130 was $130 an hour.
Yeah, that's what he was trolling, but let's go to Mark. Mark, let me ask something real quick. Mark, now are you actually working in the field right now?
Yeah, actually, I'm working.
Okay, please tell us your success story, if you will, before we go back to Subzero.
All right, yeah. So when I started this, tell you all the honest truth, I was out of work. Yeah, it was just some things went on in my old job, and I was like, no more. So I left. And I actually stumbled on search for a Huru interview with Subzero. And that's how I found out about the class. I contacted him like right after, I think. And then, he told me, okay, this is what I want to do. This is, what I'm offering and whatnot. And so, I said, all right. I started studying on SQL right there and then. Yeah. It was right after I made the call. Started searching up on Khan Academy and stuff, trying to at least know what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I went in. I put in since I wasn't working, and you know what, man, I took a hit. I decided not to work, and luckily my circumstances allowed that. Yeah, I decided not to work for that time and just focus on SQL. So I went in with Lima. We a few of us got together at first, and then the whole class got together, and we just started learning off of each other, improving ourselves, and before I knew it, I was on the interview. I was on the interview talking with the recruiters, and they were just saying, good job to all the technical questions I was being asked for. And here I am, man. I'm sitting at work making about like 30 to 35. So
Okay. Now, how long did it take you to get to this point?
Yeah, just about what? So I would say like 3 to 4, maybe a little longer. Just He
was proficient. Him and Lima were actually proficient around mid-September. They started on June 18th. That was the first day of class.
they were proficient enough to where I was like, you guys need to come back. And they came back like the first week of October. Literally my first class for this class I'm doing now. I interviewed them and they were ready. I prepared their resumes, and which is what I do. I prepare your resumes, tell you how to talk, tell you what to say. It's not just the training of the technical part that I give you. I give you the other stuff that's gonna make you believable. And to Mark's credit, Mark is kind of like he just ain't gonna stop till he get it. He's like that. He's got a real strong will. You know what I'm saying? Because he was wrong. He always participated. He would say something, he'll be wrong in class. I'm like, no, Mark, that's not it. But he always talked. He had a good attitude. Not one time did I depict, or detect that he had an attitude. Or he was like, oh, well, I was just trying. He would always try to explain why he thought what he thought, which would help him get a deeper understanding. And, next thing I knew, Mark started like near the end of the class. He was right on everything. I was like, dang, he just got it. But he had to put it together in pieces, like I do. That's how he's just like me. So I'm like, what? He's a talker. So I'm sure he got an interview and talked. But his first interview, he got his second job. But his first interview, no disrespect, he sucked.
That's great. That's cool.
Real quick, why did, if you don't mind sharing, why did his interview suck?
Well, I'm being funny, but I'm just saying in the sense that he was nervous, he was stumbling, and when we got out of the interview, because I always tell my students to record their interviews. I say, record the interview, send it to me, let me see what happened, and I'll actually help you. I've got Lima's going on so many interviews, I can't even listen to them. She's doing them every day just about. But what happened, he went on the first interview, and a couple of questions, I sat there, I said, wait a minute, dude. I paused the video. I said, now you know this and you know. He's like, yeah, I know. God. So it didn't click. And so one day after class, everybody left. And I said, man, what's going to happen? Then you're going to go in there. They're either going to not give you the job, and that's it. They're going to call the police. You just going to not get the job. I said, but what if you get the job? Go in there and fail, man. Go, always make new mistakes. Don't make the same. So that was it. The next interview, he killed it. And then next thing I knew, they made an offer because it was like, well, man, they said they want to see me the same day. He interviewed that morning. I listened to it at my desk. By the time he interviewed that morning, he went to his, he called me at 1 o'clock. Man, they want me to come in like an hour. I was like, go in there. They're going to give you the job, He said, really? I said, yeah, go in there, go interview. I said, they just probably want to look at you now and see what type of guy you are. He went in there and he killed it. He recorded that too. He had it in his breast pocket, in his coat. He killed it. I was like, so he called me and he blew it out the water, man. So I'm proud. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Lima. I'm even proud of all my new students, man, because I love to see black people come in to a situation because, we've been told we have low IQs and stuff. We're not intelligent enough. That's why you don't see us in these tech fields. Bullshit. We just don't know. And I'm trying to change that.
Right.
Let me just shout out. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mark. You want to say something to that?
No. I was just saying he's absolutely right. It's. I'm not gonna say it's not hard. It is hard. You got to put in time, but 95% of it is time. I'll be honest with you. 95% of it is time. It's time. Just put in the time, and you'll get your results. That's it.
Let me do this real quick and shout out to Search for a Who channel, right? He's one of my buddies that I do shows with. Let me kind of go to this and shout out to brother Ron Starr. Hey, O'Shea and panel, great topic. IT security is growing too. Rob Marsh, I missed yesterday's shows on Super Chat, got errors. Wish I could have spoken on that panel. Rob, you always can email me, man. I'll definitely get you on. Wake the hell up. Good to see my brother. Wake the hell up. Got to get him back on too. Good to see brothers growing in multiple avenues. Good discussion, O'Shea. Brothers making solid income, being multiple hotep. Get the mofo lights up. Alexander with the 130. Then BP Thomas trucking. Okay, BP got that long money. He came in and hit 130. All right, on the super chat. He did it so fast, the white man held a super chat back, brother. That's that white man being racist against your money, brother. It's because you black. Erika Williams, 50% of all Americans make $30,530 a year. So her making $86,400 a year, she is making more than a half of working Americans. So she'll be making bank. Yes, she will. Thank you so much, Sister Erika. She'll be on the night. Richard Victor Dixon, Subzero, and the disciples in the house. Tim Quincy is true. Subzero is 100% correct. Take his class. And I've heard a lot of great things about your class, brother. You know, you've been really doing a great job. Let me do this. Guys, get the likes up if you're here. Let me go back to Subzero. Now, I've had people from my, the shows that me and you've done, enroll, and obviously, you have your students here. Why is this such a good industry for African Americans? I have more of an African American male audience, but why is this such a good career for African American men to consider this?
Okay, in 2006, I was doing IT. I was doing real estate, right? I was doing well. I had sold a bunch of houses. Man, I made like $600,000. I was cocky. I'm finna be a million. I used to literally say that, right? And the housing bubble happened. I went from, owning and traveling to going anywhere I wanted to go, Africa, wherever, to nothing. All right, I see you. And next thing I knew, I was working at Winn-Dixie, making, $13.50 an hour, getting talked to by a 24-year-old racist cat from Sylacauga, Alabama, just white boy, just talking to me like I'm a slave, right? And then, one day we almost got in a fight because he was just being disrespectful. And I just said, I got to do better. I got a degree in business and information systems. I never used it. I'm finna use my education. I knew I had a brother who was always telling me, look, why don't you just come do IT? And I was like, well, it's not that easy. But my brother's a genius. He'll read a book and just go get a job. Like he's like that. I'm not like that. I'm the guy that needs to take a class, or I need somebody to hold my hand at least during the first couple of situations where I got a job. Once I got a job, then I can go study on my own. But that first job, I needed somebody to hold my hand. So I think black men, what I've been able to do, let me put it like this. What I've been able to do is I was able to fix my credit. Mm-hmm. I was able to save a nice chunk of money. I can save what people make in a year. I can probably save it in about 7 months. I can save, 30, 40,000 in the bank if I want to. I can do that. If I want to splurge and take a trip, if I want to, whatever I want to do, I can do it. I'm free. I'm not, I ain't gonna say whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm at, my rate is $60, man. I can, you know what I'm saying? $10,000 a month. I could do what I want to do. And it's just, it's really affording me a comfortable lifestyle. If I want to wear $600 tailored suits, if I want to, whatever I want to do, man, I'm just free. You know what I'm saying? I'm intelligent enough to understand somebody's still signing in front of my check. So of course, until I get to where I'm really free, well, I can tell these white folks to kiss my ass and they ain't going nowhere. But at least I was able, what I'm smart enough to do is save my money, right, and do what I have to do to get, you know what I'm saying, to get where I have to go. So right now I got a property I made an offer on. I'm going through some mess with that, with the Arbor Foundation and the tree, but either way, I'm looking at that, and I got another interview with somebody on my channel tomorrow about the car dealership industry and how to get started with that. But I got the money to do it. I didn't have that back 7, 8, 10 years ago. I didn't have it. I was broke. You know what I'm saying? So it's just afforded me freedom to move to a higher strata, if you will, in life. And we as black men, we don't have that many opportunities. If you stuck making $10 an hour, you might be stuck there for 40 years. Because I don't see a lot of opportunities where we can jump from 10 to 40, 50, $60 an hour in a matter of like maybe 3 years. I don't see that.
Let me do this. Check out the Donnie Breeze. This mentorship model is very popular amongst Indians and Asians. Companies are more likely to hire black off the strength of speaking English. Salesforce, SharePoint, Cisco, it's the way to go. I used to use Salesforce at one of my old jobs, so that he's definitely right. Let me ask you this, because the question I'm seeing in the chat right now, Subzero, is people want to know, hey, how much does it cost for me to take this course? What do I need to do? So, I don't know if you want to answer that up front or.
Yeah, it's $400, man. I charge $25 a class. I used to charge $25 a class. It used to be 2 classes a week and Saturday mornings. But I've turned it into 5 days a week, and I charge $200 a month, man. That's it. 2 months, and your ass owe me nothing else. If it take 3 months, you'll owe me but 2. I don't charge like that. The reason I'm making it cheap, it cost me $14,000 to learn this stuff at first. I went to a company. It's a now defunct company called Set Focus, and it cost me $14,000 to learn. And what I did was, I'm seeing now that I could help people that they, and plus on top of that, if you ain't got $400, I'll take like $100 down. I'll let you in. So I had some people pay me $50 up front, and then 2 weeks later, every week they just give me $50. I don't really trip about the money because if I'm trying to help you, I ain't gonna beat you across the head for no damn $2,000-$3,000. Right. Not knocking people that charge that, because that's still cheap, actually. Because if you price this out, you're looking at about $7,000 to $8,000, really what it should cost. Like, in order for Mark to be out here working, the stuff he would have had to pay for would have been about $8,000-$9,000. You can go look this up on different websites and see different companies where instructor led. I'm not talking about some little portal that you dial in and watch a video. I'm talking about live instructor-led courses cost thousands of dollars.
Wow, $400. That's. I mean, to be honest, that is almost nothing, especially when you're being lenient in this. So let me talk about some of the. How is the coursework administered?
What I do is I use GoToMeeting. I send you a link literally like maybe 15 minutes before class. Sometimes it's 8:30, sometimes it's 8:45, 9 o'clock. I jump on. We do an hour and a half, and I give you the software to download. I tell you to go download SQL Server Management Studio. Mm-hmm. I tell you to go download SQL Server Data Tools. And we install a SQL Server instance on your local laptop. And we start doing queries. I give you scripts to run. Then from there, I take you to a website that does interview questions. And I give you real world scenarios and say, okay, what if this happens? I don't just do the interview. I tell you to explain it so that you know thoroughly what's going on. And then once we do that, that takes about a month. From there, we jump directly into integration and reporting. Integration usually takes about a month as I'm starting. It's a big piece, but once you get integration down, then we jump into reporting. That's about 2.5 weeks. So, it could be anywhere. It's about 2.5 months actually to really get it. Then from there, it's all just review. I spend time reviewing with you for about, we meet, we review, and Lima and Mark have gotten so good now they can teach it. They can take this class if they want to take. If I get hit in a car accident tomorrow, they can come on. They can log on and teach everything. They know everything that I would teach. They know to say. They know how to say what I say. If I'm missing class because I'm doing something, they can literally dial in and teach the class. And that's how I want it. I don't need it to be where it's all based on me. I want to create copies of myself so that everybody else can go out. And I always tell them, pay it forward so that you can go out and teach whatever. You know what I'm saying? And if they want to teach, fine. I mean, eventually, if I break out and don't do this anymore, I'll let them take it over. It's not because I'm not, it's not that I'm ambitious. I want to make money, but at the same time, it's about the people. It's about, I love my people. I want to see us succeed. And there's no reason why Black people shouldn't be making 85, 90. The average Taiwanese makes 95. The average, go look at the highest list. African Americans are around 40. And everybody else, like all these people that are coming in off the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors, the marching and protesting and hanging from trees and strange fruit and in sundown towns and all we've been through, they come over and they literally benefit from what we did, and they're making double what we make, triple what we make in a lot of cases. So, I'm trying to change that, one person at a time. I can't, I've heard a lot of people say, well, man, it's over for Black people in America. Yeah, but I'm going to save me. I'm going to save one at a time. I'm going to save as many. I don't say save like I'm God or nothing, but I'm just saying in the sense of I'm going to help out as many people as I can, one person at a time, because to one person that gets a job, damn it, I meant everything to them. So, or not me, but the knowledge. Because I always tell my students, you did it. Like I tell Mark and Lima and the other students, he's one of my new ones. Lauren is on here now. He's a new student. He's been learning. He's actually he's right where they were literally around July. He's around in there now. So he's actually kind of caught up with them in that sense of the word. But I tell the students, look, it's you. You're the one that's doing it. You're the one that's teaching yourself. You don't owe me anything. Like Mark sent me a text the other day. Man, I want to thank you, man. I'm at work, man. I just want to say thank you. I said, brother, you did it. Not me. You got yourself in there. You put yourself in a position because you worked hard. You and Lima did what you were supposed to do, and damn it, you deserve it. You know what I'm saying? So you need to pat yourself on the back. And you know, that's what I'm here for, man.
Let me ask you this, because people were asking for the website. What is the website? If they were, I want to put it in the description.
Yeah, the website. Hold on, let me get it because it's a cheap little free Wix website idea. Hold on, let me get you the link.
Okay, if you can just send it to me on Gmail, and I can copy and paste it if you want to do that. And I'll put it in the description. So we can do that. Yeah, if you or you could tell it to me however you want to do it, and I'll update it.
Okay.
So, but while you're finding out, let me go to the to Lima real quick. Lima, I want to know something here. What were some of the hardest things for you to kind of grasp as far as when you started the course? What were some of the things that you had to overcome? In advice you might give like future students to kind of look out for that you kind of had to overcome as far as learning or stuff like that?
Yeah, very early on, I realized that I couldn't just kind of listen to what Sub was saying, that I had to make time on my own to get hands-on with the material. And if you don't make the effort to do it yourself, go out and find practice exercises, run the scripts, but also take things apart that he's given you and try and do it on your own and make it practical. You're really not going to get as much from the class, because when you get out in the real world, you're going to be coding. So very early on, I realized that I had to do that. That was my biggest obstacle.
Okay. Let me go to the new brother here. I'm sorry. What's your name? The guy that just joined?
Oh, Lauren.
Lauren. Okay, Lauren, man. Welcome to the channel, man. Kind of talk about your experience.
Oh, well, I mean, I found Sub actually through you. I think you guys did a video before, and I followed you guys, and then I went to his channel, and just kind of me and Sub had a lot in common. I used to be a six-figure earner. I used to be self-employed, and then my business went bust, and I was kind of looking for a different way to go. And I've just been taking this knowledge on, man, and kind of want to be in the same situation as him, because when I went broke, I got 2 kids, so I had to go work some service job just to keep the bills paid, and I want my floor to be $30, $40 an hour instead of $13 an hour, if it happens again.
How has taking the course, how long have you been taking it for? So you actually were subscribed to me on this channel.
Yeah, okay. Definitely. Yeah.
Right. Well, hope you still be watching the videos, brother. I know you're busy now, but
yeah.
How has the course been going for you?
It's been helpful, man. I won't even lie. I took it initially, and it was a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? It was originally I had to kind of fall back, and just to speak to what Sub was talking about, I was actually in a class before, and I couldn't figure it out, man. I fell back, and Sub let me come back to the next class with no charge. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "You paid me already. We good, man. Just learn the material." And the first time I thought I could just kind of pick it up like, if I see a couple classes, I'll get it. And then the second time around, I realized you have to put the time in, because you're trying to learn how to process stuff almost like a computer. You're trying to program. So you have to kind of learn how to put the puzzle pieces together. And it takes time, to like process that and learn to think that way. So it's just, you got to emphasize that you got to learn, you got to actually take the time to put in there and make the time to put the hours in so it makes sense.
Okay, now the second time around, how have you been doing this time around in the course?
Oh, I'm doing a lot better, man. I would say I'm probably one of the stronger students, but it's because I know now that I have to make the time for it. I can't, what I'm saying, kind of dilly-dally. And I'm at a place where honestly, I've seen what Lima's doing, I've seen what Mark is doing, and it's different when it's like, oh, you could make this compared to when you see people actually making it. So now it's like, okay, I got to get on my grind. I got to put the time in because I want to be working, in January, February, I'll plan to be working, in the field as well.
Okay, so at least you're being honest, like, listen, it's not a fly-by-night thing. You got to put effort. You have to do the work.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so that's for everybody that knows this. You don't, you got don't do it unless you're gonna be serious about it. Go ahead.
Oh no, I mean to cut you up, but you know how people are real quick to sell you a course and be like, anybody can do it if you just I was this broke joke and now I'm a millionaire. No, you got to put the time in. Like but when you put the time in, there's concrete results. Like it's not one of them things where you took the $99 course and now you got to figure it out. Like no, he's gonna help you get to that place. You know what I'm saying?
Let me shout out to Sister Erika Williams. Thank you for the super chat. We are actually 98 on the list with an average income of $34,000 a year, but we are ahead of 5 other ethnic groups in America. Indian Americans, number one, $122,026 a year average. He is making a huge difference. God damn, we that broke? All right. Reynald Cherry. On point panel, anything cloud, internet security, database, software, developer, you're on top at the moment. The industry moves fast, so it's constant learning. My brother Reynald, he's been everywhere, all over the world, traveling, doing all kinds of things. I gotta get my brother back on here one day because my form is messed up, and I gotta get my form back. Levi Durancy, thank you, great show. Do me this favor, I've just also included the link for Subzero3639's website. It's there in the description. So for those of you who are interested in the course, all you got to do is go in there. We have 344 people watching. I would really appreciate it for those of you, if you can, like the video while you're in there. And I'm going to go right back I'm going to go to Mark because Mark has talked a long time before he Sub-Zero. Mark, let me ask you this. How long have you been on the new job? And how are you liking it so far?
It's only been a week. Nah, even less than a week. I started like last Thursday. Yeah, and it's cool to be honest. I gotta be fair. I'm not really doing much right now. We're just getting all my work machine software updated. So I'm just hanging out. To be honest, I'm hanging out. I'm reading up on things I could be better at, on my skills wise, and I'm just taking it from there. When you decided to use the job, was there a certain amount of money they offered you, or did you request the money that you wanted to make? What was that's the funniest thing, because the more and more I go on the interviews, when they interviewed me in this job particular, they just asked me, what is your rate? What is your rate? I took the low end. I think that helped me out in the long run. But I took the low end. But they literally asked. They were like, "What is your rate? What do you want?" That's it. I told them what I wanted annually, and I got what I got. So,
if you don't mind, what
disclosing? I told them 70K. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then all right. Now do you have to work can you be remote, or do you have to be at the job, or?
Nah, for this I have to be on site.
Okay.
I have to be at the shop. So yeah.
Okay. Is anybody on the panel are all these jobs remote or on site?
I'm gonna put it like this: when you first get a job, I tell my students, don't work from home at least the first 6 to 9 months. Go in every day, sit in your cubicle, and learn the business logic. It's not the constructs. It's not that. It's not learning the languages, the different components and tasks within or reporting. No, what really dictates in this industry that your success is understanding the business logic of the organization that you're working within. If you come in and you understand the business logic, you can find a way. Google is your friend. All my students, half the class, we Googling stuff right there on the screen in front of everybody. Somebody asks a question, because one thing I always tell my students, I don't know everything. I'm not exhaustive. You ask me a question, some little weird, quirky question, man, I don't know. Let's see. And I type it up and we look it up right there because I want to train them that if they don't know something, they look it up, and Google is your friend in IT, man. And what happens once you get in there and you understand that business logic, yeah, man, you take your laptop, unplug it from its dock, unless they give you a desktop. I mean, you can 99% of the time, people don't care. They don't check when you get to work. You can get to work at 9 o'clock and leave at 4. You can take an hour lunch. Nobody cares. Just do your work. Okay. That's it. And it's not really you'd be like when I got to work, it was almost, I felt like I was stealing because I would come to work. I ain't gonna say I wouldn't do nothing, but it was compared to being a produce manager where I literally, I lost 10 pounds eating fruit all day and I was munching on fruit and walking all day. So I literally lost 10 pounds. I was ripped like you wouldn't believe as a produce manager because I wasn't really dealing with, I wasn't eating that much because I was just munching on fruit. I was never hungry. And I was walking all day. You go from that to just sitting in a cubicle, listening to music. I'm listening. So that's why I'm always on YouTube during the day getting you money or doing stuff because I'm sitting in my cubicle. I ain't saying I ain't doing nothing, but nobody's looking over your shoulder, messing with you. Every you have your meetings, you explain where you are. But out of an 8-hour day, you may technically work 4 hours. I'm just being honest. The rest of the day, you probably on your phone. You're not really working hard, and I like that. I actually like that life. That's a comfortable lifestyle. It's really not that hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true. I think I'm experiencing the same situation right now. Just you come in. For those who have work to do, they do the work, and they do what they want to with the time afterwards. But you have the one thing they say, I think that's different, is that you have to be there for 8 hours, even though there's some leeway. But
he probably your company's probably different. I don't know where he is, but as you go throughout this industry, and another thing on your rate, you'll find out the longer you work in this industry, I pushed my rate up to $50, $60 quick. Okay. As soon as I got to the 3-year mark, what's your rate? I was saying 30, 35. They called me one day. I said, man, give me 50. Give me 55. Give me 60. Give me 65. 75. Give it to me. Because they were, they're going to call you. And once you first get it, you're nervous. You're coming from my training, you're going to be nervous. You don't know if what I taught you is enough. But when you go in those interviews and you start seeing like, damn, I understand every word they say. Like you can ask Lima. I mean, Lima, I don't know. I'm going to ask him what he said was advanced. So, so I can actually check that to the students as to what he meant was advanced. Because to me, most everything in SQL was pretty much straightforward. But, maybe he looked at it a little different way. So, so all the older students, they like to come back and participate in class and give their own advice. And, Lima and Mark do stuff on Fridays. They teach themselves on Friday. I don't even be there half the time. They just teach their own thing.
Let me ask Lima. Lima, this opportunity you've been going on interviews. How many interviews have you went on, and what are you using as a basis as to which one to decide that you're going to go with? Okay.
So I'm going to say probably at least 6. To be honest, I stopped counting. So what I'm looking for, and not only the rate, I'll ask like commute time, opportunity for growth, culture, environment. And a lot of recruiters are open to that. So I don't just decide on the rate alone. Environment.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this is some pretty good commute time, environment, culture. Let's talk about this. I know there's some Fortune 500 companies known for having like good environments, like Verizon Wireless and Disney. But in this industry, are there certain companies that it's like, okay, if I get an offer from them, I'm definitely going with this company because they have a good reputation? Are there companies like that exist?
I'm sure that it is. You know, depending on if you're in a metro area, especially, and you have like a tech hub within your area. For me right now, you know, I'm looking for the experience and the versatility versus like trying to land a dream job.
So say that again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said it, I'm sure it is, but for me, I'm looking for versatility and experience versus like trying to find a dream job.
I see. So you're looking for more of a long-term thing. Let me ask you this: is there anybody that's looking for something different than Lima on the panel, or we look at the same things from everybody? Anybody want to jump in on that?
You mean, you know, are we looking for the same things employment-wise?
Well, yeah, I mean, are you looking for like a company that you can kind of grow with, or are you looking for just like, you know, making as much money as you can and doing something else, or?
Yeah, so my goal, and again, it's probably more similar to Subs, is I'm trying to get to, you know, the $50-$60 range as quick as possible, and then work remote so that I can work my business essentially while I'm at home, and then collect that salary, you know what I'm saying, on the back end. So that's kind of how I'm trying to play it, is to like kind of move up. Well, get that experience for the first couple of years, try to do something remote so that I can do my business and have the tech, you know, full time.
Okay.
My goal is just get money. I don't care if it's shoveling doo doo. Get to the money, man. Like, to me, because I'm a businessman. I'm an opportunist. I'm not really, you know, I'm an opportunist who's doing IT. I'm not an IT guy who's doing an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking for opportunity, business, and just trying to grow and make it to that first M, man. That's what I'm trying to do. So God bless me with this opportunity. I'm gonna share it, and hopefully we can create a mastermind group of a bunch of, you know, conglomerate of a bunch of millionaires. Hopefully.
Right. No, that's you know, really good. Let me do this real quick, guys. Let me just shout out a few people for the super chat, and you know, I'm definitely glad that we have this, you know, great panel going on today. Shout out to Wayman Brown. Looking forward to the restream. Salute to all. Keep it techie. Great show. I'm in the technology field as well, and you can make a lot of money working in this industry. And I'm surprised that I'm seeing so many brothers that are in this industry in the chat. I'm like, a lot of people are in the industry. I do know I have a lot of truckers over here where I have a big trucking community and brothers that do that. But I'm seeing people who I didn't even know were in this industry, and they're all validating everything you guys are saying. So really glad to see that. We'll go back to you, Subzero. What else did you want to kind of add? Maybe something I'm missing here.
I guess look, man, if you come on the channel, if you come on the website, if you sign up, if you you know, come in, I'm definitely gonna give you all I got, give you my heart, soul. I've been teaching since April. I've had one student that's disgruntled, but you know, I'm trying to work with the brother. I tried my best. It is what it is, but you know, you see the proof is in the pudding, man. Most students, if you come and do what you're supposed to do, you will be viable. You will be able to get out there and function in this industry and get a job. I believe that. And these guys are showing it. Lauren is real good, man. He's going to be pretty good. I get the feeling Lauren's going to be a natural too. So, you know, I mean, that's it, man. Lauren is shout out to Herbert, Erika Williams. I would love to do a video with that sister. I like her content, and that's about it, man. That's about it right there.
All right, let me go ahead and shout out the fact the Serious Geek. I'm sorry. Everyone in the chat that wants to learn web development, come to the Coding Phase Discord, and we'll point you to the resources you need to learn programming. All right, thank you for Serious Geek. Let me just say this real quick. Also, what I like about the people that are on this panel is there is it seems like some sort of a support system. And you got people who I'm assuming none of you have ever met physically in person. Is that right?
No, we've never met.
Yeah.
Never met, yeah, but you're able to help each other out. You're able to teach each other things. You know, you're working on something, which is, I think, is very powerful. You know, because even though you've never met, you know, you have that camaraderie. And like the brother was saying, that it's different if somebody's telling you, yo, you can make that money, and then you're talking to somebody that just got a job for $70,000, that's giving you tips on how to interview and stuff like that. I mean, I really like this community because it seems to be very positive, and it seems to be there's people that are willing, other people that you can become friends with, lifelong friends, and there's that culture of people that are willing to do stuff, wanting to work together. You really hardly see that online. At least it's not very advertised. So that is something I gotta commend you guys for, this group, that you have been really, really, really kind of working together, and you've been kind of, you have this support system. So if somebody does come into the course, they have people that can help you. You have people you can talk to, exchange information with. So I think that's a good a very good point. Let me actually keep it techie. I'm actually doing tech videos to help brothers get into Linux, which is the backbone of the internet. Thank you again. Keep it techie. Anything else you wanted to say, Subzero? I mean, if you need.
First of all, I just want to thank you, man. You've actually been instrumental in this course in ways you don't even know, man. When I do these videos, shout out to Search for Uhuru and Ashley W. Y'all three, man, y'all to help me out tremendously. I'm not a big YouTuber like that. I make little crazy videos. I get a shot of Hennessy and I just talk crazy sometimes. But you guys really, man, like when I come on your channel, man, I get a lot of exposure. And I just knew when these students did what they did, man, I just want the world to hear about this. Watch this video. Reach out to me, Subzero3639@gmail.com. Thank y'all, man. And look, I just think I'm just glad God using me to help help other brothers and sisters get out there, man, get in the industry. And like I say, I'm just sitting back in awe watching people. It's not me. Like I said, I'm just in awe of the students' desire. It's something. It's an awesome sight when you see somebody's will and desire, and you just step back and you just watch it. Like what because I'm in this industry. I know what I did to get here, and I see. I'm like they finna cross over. And I told Mark, I said when he got his resume in Lima, I said you guys have changed your lives. Watch, you'll see. Things are gonna change. You're gonna make a different amount of money. It's gonna open you up to being able to do certain things. Don't incur a lot of debt. Don't go buying a bunch of cars and dating a bunch of women and stuff. Just take your money, be smart with it, and that's it, man. That's what's about to happen. Lima's next. Lauren, Herbert. I know he didn't jump on Monty. I got some students. Shout out to Richard, Drew. I got two other students that's ready. Drew is ready. I'm getting his resume ready. He wasn't able to jump on. And I got Richard. Richard's pretty much ready.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I'm excited, man. It's going down. I love everybody. Thank y'all, man.
Let me just also shout out to the brother Kirkwood81. He goes, thanks for the previous videos that led me into coding, fella. So it seems like, I don't know if this is one of your guys, but from, because you've been on, you've come on, a few times. So it seems like, I know one of the people here was from this channel. And so brother Kirkwood81 put a super chat. Thanks for the previous videos that led me into coding. So it looks like a lot of people still working on languages and creating projects. Okay, thank you, brother Kirkwood. So guys, I thank you. We do try to bring this kind of energy over here and to help the brothers out, stuff like that. We will be bringing more shows like this. Subzero, thank you so much, man, for reaching out to my brother right there. And when he reached out to me, I was actually in Qatar, getting ready to go to Dar es Salaam, and I was like, God damn, he's like, yeah, brother, I want you to do a show. I was like, shit, man. But I know the brother's heart in the right place. So, whenever somebody asks me to do something, I need to do it, especially as an African American, I want to help our folks out. So, whenever somebody reach out to me, they're doing something positive. If I can do it, I'm going to do it. So I'm glad to see all of you here. If you need anything from me, just let me know. Guys, we'll see you in about an hour with Sister Erika. Thanks again for everybody. Thanks for coming on and sharing your experiences. And again, for all the information for Subzero369, I put his YouTube channel there. Let me just do this real quick. For those people who want to subscribe to Subzero right now, let me just do this while we're here, because typically I do this. Do me a favor, and I'll give everybody who subscribes to him a shout out right now. So what I'm doing, I'm putting this link in the channel. If you subscribe to him and hit the bell, what I will do is subscribe. I'll give you a shout out. Okay. So right now he has about 6,548 subscribers. So I got about 10,000 new subscribers since the last time he was here, I believe. So if you're here, just subscribe to his channel. I'll give you a shout out for the next few minutes. So let's see what we got here. We got 325 people watching. So let's see what we got. Subscribe at the bell, say subscribed. And then what I'll do is I will quickly give you a shout out. I'll do that for 5 minutes. Thank you, Patrick Anglade, for subscribing to Subzero3639. Thank you, Moses Jenkins, for subscribing. Thank you, Jay Busy. Man, that's a crazy name. All right. Thank you, Damiate. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, brother. Just subscribe. Todd Make are already subs. All right. Thank you so much for subscribing. Yeah. H3. Thank you, Southern Bill. Boris, thank you. Expat Boy, subscribing now. Thank you. 61711. Who was that echo?
Yeah, that's Herbert. I think that's Munchie. That's Munchie. That's one of my students. Hey, mute your mic, Munchie.
I got him. Let me do this real quick. Big Lee, thank you. BB Thomas, thank you. Let's see. Leo, thank you. All right. So everybody, thank you so much. Again, great show, guys. Mr. B. I'm gonna head out real quick. Thank you for subscribing, all you brothers, man. I appreciate you. See you guys next time. Thank you, Young Jay. We out. Peace.